For nearly a decade, you've been asking Jason questions. But did anyone think to fact check this guy? This is the Audit Jason Show. Hello, everybody. My name is Jason Piercy, and this is the Audit Jason Show, where a previous version of me made videos for the internet about, I said internet weird, about real estate and all of my thoughts on them. And sometimes I was right. And other times, well, you can check the YouTube history. They got 5 views. But now I know a little bit better about this stuff because, I've been at it for 17 plus years. So we're going to watch all my old videos and talk about how wrong I was all the time. And sometimes right. This one is, the title doesn't really tell me anything about it. But in the description, there's questions like, do I have to shovel my house before a showing? Because we live at a place where our houses need to be shoveled. How do realtors make houses look better than they really are? And what qualities should I look for in a realtor? Director Joe, maybe we should watch this ahead of time. But we didn't, and we're not going to. So let's just have fun with it. Here we go. Okay, I have to hit the play button. Here we go. On this episode, I got my coffee and my fidget cube, and we do the whole thing live on Facebook. This real estate stuff. That was probably a big deal a decade ago to do like a whole live Facebook show. That was probably early in the live. Hello, everyone. My name is Jason Piercy, and this is episode 14 of the Ask Jason Show. I have this super cool little fidget cube. I don't know if you've seen these with the clicks and the dingly dangly switchy things. My wife got it for me. Thank you, love you, amazing. It's been 2 months and 2 days since we did an episode, and wow. That's way too long, and I feel bad. In fact, I have so many questions. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to bang all of them out, but I'm going to try. No messing around, just boom, boom, boom. Question number 1, actually to write it down. I'm selling my vacant house over this winter. What about snow? Can I just shovel a walkway? The first house I bought in February. It was vacant. The walkway was shoveled and the stairs were shoveled. I bought the house. I fell in love with the thing. I wasn't a realtor at the time. And I moved in, and then the spring came and I didn't have pavement and I didn't even know. So that wasn't the right thing to do. No, you have to make your house look as good as you possibly. I forgot about that. That's so true. It was just a gravel driveway, and it was up on Portugal Cove Road in the east end of St. John's, Newfoundland, and that's a really busy street. And I totally forgot about that. I didn't have pavement. I did eventually pave the driveway as I was getting the house ready for sale. So yeah, clear the snow so that you can accurately represent what your property is. Oh, past Jason. And I didn't even remember it. So how could I say that I learned a lesson? I had totally forgotten. Oh, man. And all of the time. So where are they going to park? What if your house is on a busy street and you just shovel like a little walkway? Where do your people park? Listen, I know it's not fun. You probably got another driveway that you got to do anyway. And you're just trying to cheap out with one cutter to snowblower. But you know what? Suck it up, princess. You got to clear both of them. Imagine you got rear yard access, and now nobody, I want to pay attention here. You got rear yard access, and now nobody can even see that it's there or that it's paved because you're too lazy to shovel it. No, I'm done with this question. Number 2, what? But, yes, done with that part of the question. But I think that the philosophy or the mindset that we should have in place that if you want to sell your home or anything and you can't accurately represent it for what it is or make its highlighted, like to make them visible because you're too lazy to do the work, then you're not going to do well. I think that's just like a good, no matter what you're doing in life, if you're too lazy to do the work, don't be surprised when the result feels like it
came from lazy effort. Like that's like mathematical almost, right? The laws of physics, they'll get you every time.
Realtors always try and make stuff look better than it is.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the context of this because they're not talking about marketing and houses. They're like talking about how busy they are or how the market is. And here's the truth. Watch me get torn up now over the coals by realtors.
Probably.
Realtors make themselves look busier or make the market look better as opposed to telling the truth straight up out of fear.
Ooh.
And the fear is that they can't provide value to you when things are uncomfortable, when it's not all sunshine and rainbows and unicorns. Because that unicorn sometimes is a big, ugly rhinoceros and not actually a unicorn. And when the times are shitty, I said, you know what, I don't care. Don't edit that. Because when times are shit, that's when you need a real professional who can actually help you out. So realtors try and make stuff look prettier than it is out of the fear of their own ability to coach you through a difficult circumstance. That's the truth. Boom.
I don't think I need to add anything to that. That's way better. That was a way more, I would have said it in a way that's more palatable now than I did then. But look, that guy, there's no gray in his beard. There's no gray in his hair. He's a solid 30 pounds smaller. I still have that coat. I'm saving it for my son because it'll never fit me again. But yeah, he was right. He was right. I think that's true. And it's not just I'm missing some stuff. So if I talk about how busy the market is and you run into somebody, and we always like to ask people questions. It's like, how's the market? How's the market? And no matter who asked the question, they're just trying to make conversation. So you talk about how amazing it is and how great you are and how everything is like sunshine, rainbows, and unicorns. And we do that because we're afraid to have the difficult conversation. Yeah, probably. But we also do it because we can't think of another way to have that conversation that reflects well on us as industry professionals. But here's a little secret, hot tip. The thing your mom always said, the truth is best. Always tell the truth. Yeah. That's the best plan. Always tell the truth. How's the market? Well, it depends on what side of it you're on. Are you selling something? Are you buying something? Is your mortgage rate that you locked in for 4 years at 1.67% about to go up to 4.5%? I mean, sometimes the market's going to suck. The measure of a market, whether it's good or bad, is not about how much houses sell for or how long they take to sell. It's about whether or not they are selling. So a market exists if transactions are being done. If transactions are high, so there's a lot of deals being done, that's a healthy market. That's a strong market. If transactions are really, really low and nobody's buying or selling anything, that's an indication that the market is poor. But a market, by definition, is good if it exists. If it exists, people are buying and selling houses. That's a good market. Do you want to ask better questions? How's pricing? How are prices? How is it? Can you get a good deal on a house now? That's a good question. Is now a good time to sell? That's a good question. How's the market? It's a terrible question. It is. It's a terrible question. Okay. I'm still a lot like that guy. You're chuckling. Were you sort of like, no, thinking that? Maybe? Anyway, next question.
Single most important quality to look for in a realtor. This is a good transition from the last one. Everybody's going to disagree with this. This is based on my model personally. The most important quality in a realtor is trustworthiness. Just think about it. This is quite possibly the biggest decision that you will make in your entire lives, whether you're buying or selling. And granted, they have to be a licensed realtor who's good at what they do and they need to understand the market, but none of that matters. They can be a marketing genius, but if you don't trust them to do what's in your best interest, it's all about trust. Trust, completely, 100%. I challenge you. I dare you. Challenge me. Trust is more important. It all comes back to whether or not the person doing it cares more about a legacy of leaving behind honesty and integrity than they do about getting paid to sell your house or help you buy a house. So trust, most important. I recently did, this one is because I did
I literally said to the camera, I challenge you, like, come to me. I dare you. What is more important than being able to trust your realtor? And I'm not sure anything is. Because if you can, not just that you trust them, because subtle distinction here. The quality is not that you trust them. That's not a quality of them. That's a quality of you. The quality is that they are deserving of your trust. So they're trustworthy. The difference between those things is in the first one, you could just be simping. Like you could not know any better and be naive and trust somebody who like reams you. The second one is a quality of them that they are deserving of your trust. And for them to be deserving of your trust, there's a prerequisite of that sort of, it's a foregone conclusion that there's a level of capability because they deserve your trust. So yeah, don't get confused in those two things. Just because you trust your realtor doesn't mean they're the right one. They're the right one if they are deserving of said trust. But if you got a history of like dating all the worst people and not knowing it, and everybody has to tell you all the time that she's terrible, he's awful, it's just like when you dated this one, and you might not be the best judge of whether or not somebody's trustworthy. So ask your mom or me. I don't know where. Let's go to the next question. But yeah, still true.
A Facebook Live event with Reflective Marketing, Crystal Hobbs. She does this live show called Connect and Thrive. You should check it out. Look it up. Reflective Marketing. She is excellent.
Still excellent.
And I was asked why I did that show because the show wasn't about real estate. And that's a fair question. I did the show because her target of small business owners who don't have marketing departments, who want help with social media marketing, could benefit from me discussing brand awareness in social media.
Sure.
So we spent zero time talking about real estate and all of our time talking about social media and brand awareness and its importance. So that's why I did that show, because it was the right thing to do and because Crystal is awesome and Reflective is awesome and they they just deserve that. So that's it. I think that's all that I have to say for right now. That's the last one. Until next time, keep it real with the Christmas feel. We're out. Keep it real with the Christmas feel. Thank you. On this episode, pay attention, because it's important. And Scooby-Doo says Christmas. This real estate stuff.
I thought that was an outtake because I was wearing the same shirt. But I took that's another episode. Okay, that's next time. We're not going to do that one now. So I think that was a solid episode. And the questions, the shoveling thing, yeah, we went through that. Why we make things look better than they are. Yes, because we're a bunch of silky babies who can't hold our own. It's the same reason why this is I added a new member to the Ask team. It's Sean Khanna. And he's a nurse actually, but he just loves real estate. He's an investor himself. A great dude, really, really bright, very smart. And he asked me why, because he didn't grow up in St. John's or in Newfoundland. He asked me why agents typically don't have buyer agency contracts the way we have seller agency contracts, right? So there's three types of contracts in a real estate transaction. You've got this contract that gives me the right to offer your house for sale through the multiple listing service. And we have this contract that gives me the right to help you purchase something that is available through the multiple listing service or other areas. Then we have this contract, which is entered into between buyers and sellers when we find something that we want to buy. And when we work with people who want to buy and sell, we use all of those contracts. He asked me why so few people use the buyer agency agreements. And honestly, I think it's because they're afraid to argue their worth with a buyer. I can't think of any other reason why you would work for free for somebody for an undetermined amount of time, hoping that eventually you will get paid if they buy something and they happen to use you to do it. Because you could run around and show houses to somebody, especially in this market with low inventory. You could write 10, 20, 30 offers on houses and not win anything. And then they just stumble into an open house and buy it there on the spot with the listing agent. And you just, all that, it's gone. You did all that work for free. Why would you do that? And I think the reason people do it is the same reason that we talk about, oh, market's great time to sell. What about buying? Oh, it's also a great time to buy. It's definitely a great time to buy. Yeah, but doesn't that disagree kind of directly with your previous statement of it being a great time to sell? Oh, no, because there's see what it is you have like the market, and then there's segments, and there's people who are in a segment, and it has a different, and there's ratios. And then the ratio in this segment can be different than in the other one. And then there's absorption rates and when there's interest. So depending on which, and absolutely. No, yeah. We're afraid to say the things that are true because we either don't understand them well enough to articulate them. We don't believe enough in our own abilities, or we can't communicate our abilities well enough so that somebody else can understand them. So we just don't get into it. That's it. I don't know. That's not at all related to the episode that we just watched, I don't think. But I think it was fun. It was a little bit fun. I liked the thing that I did. This is me. These are things that I'm moving around. I'm like, it's like Queen's Gambit, where she takes all the pills and she lies in bed and she like sees the chess pieces moving around. And that's what I was doing with. Thank you for watching. I'm going to stop right now. When I got my coffee, I'm clearly not stopping right now. When I sat down, I got a coffee from Director Joe. He said, do you want this mug, that mug, this mug, whatever? And I said, what was that second one you said? He said, a bat mug. I was like, yeah, I'll have the bat mug. Tell me, if you said to me, I'll have the bat mug because I offered you a bat mug, would you think you were getting this? Is this what hold on. Is this what you would think you were getting? If you went online and somebody was advertising that they were selling bat mugs and you wanted the bat mug. This is my bat mug. Is this what you would expect? Is it? No, it's not. I was lying. That's funny. Anyway, we'll be back next week. Same bat channel, different bat mug. See you next time.